about
curious
his
as-
Fortnite victory.
I back that.
Motherfuckers.
What a beautiful day in the music world.
It's a beautiful day in the music
Beautiful
world.
day.
In the music world.
Welcome to the Purple Circle for another episode.
Beautiful week in the music world. I feel
It has been.
for everyone apart from Mark Rubelet.
Bro, he got booed off stage in Adelaide.
Horrible. Wanting Ice Spice.
By the way, I'm from Adelaide. Fuck Adelaide. That is the biggest
dog
dog
shit,
shit
eh?
ever.
Mate,
But
even
he
if
should
you...
have Ice Spice and Uzi Vert after him, but...
And he even wrote a thing on his Instagram saying that he understands that he had Uzi and Ice Spice behind him, and he said he still didn't think he deserved the backlash and the booing and stuff that he got on stage from 16-year-olds, because I think it was the only listen out that was an all ages event.
Spark it up, boys.
Yeah. That makes sense. I'll spark one of these. Man, it's so frustrating because I love Mark Rubier. I think he is unbelievable, and I probably would have preferred to have seen him. Massive call. I probably would have preferred to have seen him over Ice Spice. I know Ice Spice is massive, but just personal taste.
I couldn't tell you a single Ice Spice.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I thought you were going
couldn't tell
to
you a single
pound
Ice
me like
Spice
my
song.
pendulum call then.
You haven't heard of Ice Spice because she's just like she's in.
Is that this boy's a liar?
Yeah, this boy's a liar. That chick's she want a
great
munch.
chick, yeah, like good. Like don't
She had
get me
a-
wrong. Don't get me wrong. She's obviously really popular. She's obviously really good. But man, Mark is a absolute don.
He's a talent.
He's an absolute don, and what he does is just different to anyone else. But man, I feel sorry for the kid. I do.
For the kid.
Yeah, he wouldn't get that in Byron.
He wouldn't get put. Feel sorry for
No, I
feel
think,
sorry for the kid.
I think the rest of them were pretty good. Hey, I saw that Brisbane turned it on for him.
Yeah, well, I think after that backlash, no one could go to his set and fucking.
No, and if you did, you're a fuck. The
fucking
fact that
idiot,
people
yeah.
even do that, like I saw someone write a comment saying, "Is that what music festivals have turned into these days? People just recording and booing other artists." Like,
Yeah.
if you go to a festival and it's every single artist that you want to see, you're going to have clashes and you're not going to be able to see everyone.
100%.
So just because it's not your taste and you don't agree with the music or the artist, is don't fucking beat them on stage because they put in all the hard work to get
don't-
exactly where they are.
and
So
like-
fuck you.
And he's bigger than anyone in that crowd
play
that's fucking
Coachella.
booing him. Like bigger than anyone in that crowd that's fucking booing him, and they have the balls to fucking boo him off stage. And then for him to finish 25 minutes early means that fucking like it got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was his
At
choice.
no point he couldn't have finished that set.
No.
Like yeah.
And as a performer and an artist, you have like an obligation, and for him to, want to come off 25 minutes early.
something that's real bad, man. I've never heard of that in Australia. Hey,
I heard Adelaide's like that. People like that.
Yeah, I've never heard of anyone getting, that big getting booed off stage. You know what I mean? You hear of fucking shit people that deserve to get booed off stage. You know
Bad
what I
boy
mean?
Bill getting booed off stage.
right.
I don't fucking blame him on that.
I've never heard that in my life, to be honest with you. All right.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Episode we're not numbering, but episode 3. Here we go.
Timo, song of the week. You're always first. Give it to us.
Rightio. Got a nice little pearly here.
I'm looking forward to it.
Fine artist,
Ocker.
producer,
Don't hold it too close to the microphone this time either.
Name.
Make my job hard.
named Benny.
Benny. BNI?
No, BENNIE. He's from. I don't exactly know where he's from. I think he's from the UK or England. He's got a Scottish flag in his bio, but this is his remix of Galadians by Superstar, and it's actually a really, really good song. Here we go.
Come with the remixes.
Got a little bit of D&B flavour.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less. I like how we're fucking balls double parked with a red white.
I'm trying to release something that's deep inside of me. Searching all my life for someone who can set me free. Take me to a higher place where I can lose control. To the limit, hold me tight till I explode. I saw the one alone, and I swear I could not find. I'm so in love, I want to stimulate my mind. I'm the one who told me that things come and goes away. I ain't got that kind of time, I just get that way.
pretty chuffed on this one.
There's a sleep to it, bro.
I think production-wise, to me, that's like a fucking amazing track, hey?
Can I ask, how big is Benny? How many monthly listeners we got going?
Benny, I think we are at we are at 28.8k monthly listeners. Seems like a nice guy. Went through his Instagram, popping, DJing, doing his thing. Yeah. Great track. Frothing it.
Love it. We'll call it Jump Up. Yeah. It's all blending into one these days, isn't it?
Tootie's style has a style.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll work that out.
Loved it.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please. Yeah, loved it. Great track.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good work, mate.
Thank you.
Joey.
All right.
So chuffed on that, eh?
It's fucking that good. Wait till you for the speakers, cunt.
We're going Roman Silver. Roman Silver just released a new album. And this is Back to Basics off of said album. I don't know what the album title, the name is because it's literally just a symbol.
Okay.
But would heavily recommend, if you haven't heard of Roman Silver, probably one of my favourite producers.
So let me write that in my iPad.
The new setup. Studios. Yeah, good episode. So, yeah. Ooh.
What do you call that slot? What would you call that sound?
I would call this, or the actual sound itself, I don't know, it's fucked up.
It's real hammy vibe, like.
It is, but it's like slower.
Yeah, slower, like
have
real
these more,
wavy.
like step ups and shit.
That's mad.
This reminds me of like early trap, original trap. Maybe that's why it's called Back to Basics. Maybe he's going back to his roots. But it reminds me of early What's So Not. That even the sound design, everything like that reminds me of early What's So Not in there. So that is my track of the week. I would call it trap. I would call it trap, and that's my track of the week. Roman Silver, Back to Basics.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice one, Joe.
Shout out.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What have you been thinking, Bill? You got anything been looking at
That
recently?
kind of inspired me to put another one from back in the day.
Back in the day,
Back in the
throwback.
day, and-
No, I
yeah.
know what your track of the week was going to be, so you have to put it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My track of the week for this week is by the Caracal Project.
Ripper.
British as. Should we let old mate in?
Banger.
He's not that happy, is he? The old mate. Come, mate. Lay down. Oh, boy. Caracal Project. What do you say about it? It's just...
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just let it speak for
play
itself.
Yeah.
Yes!
It's been a long time calling, savoring up your voice. It's been a long time running, cause I'm getting away from a choice. I took my dirty shoes off. You're on a full-blown ride that is hard for me to stop. And I guess that's where I'm stuck. You looking in my eyes, and here you come with the lies like a tide covering up your pride. I'm looking in your eyes, you stare it like a Broadway play. The lights on your face can keep up the pace at all.
I reckon
Oh, man.
It's a tune,
Yeah.
eh?
I'll never forget the first time you played me that. That was, I didn't know what to expect.
Like,
It was just,
Bill likes the Arctic
I'm like,
Monkeys now.
you into indie rock? Great track. What an absolute
pop
track.
rock.
What an
British
absolute
pop
track,
rock
hey?
meets drum and bass.
Yeah. Do we work out when that's from? Is that a new track? I'd love to know the date on that, just because I feel like that puts it into a timeline.
So even like old like Catfish in the Bottom and sort of like vibes over the start, like big time, hey.
Alright, let's see if I can track this down.
That doesn't have to be too hard to do, don't worry about it.
No, let's have a look.
But what a track, hey, unbelievable. That could possibly be my favourite D&B track I've
that's
ever
a
heard.
huge call.
Not ever heard, modern, like right now, lately, I don't know, like there's something about those nice, like there's still that aggressive, and there's something about those nice plucks that just, so different to those real hectic
Do you think
plucks
because now because there's something just so opposite of the spectrum that like finding that middle ground of like drum and bass now, it's just so beautiful, like it's just a different sound, you know?
It's just
100%.
a high vibe.
It is
like it's like one of those things you could play it in so many rooms and it would just be like, you know,
track,
if you
the
don't,
best track you set in every single one of those
yeah,
sets,
because it's just like you wouldn't be overdoing it. But
Nah.
also you could put it in between like stonkers as like a,
and it would hold its own.
yeah,
100%.
and it would be like a breather, but it wouldn't be like boring people to death. It's 2022.
Bang. So it's it's
Last-
modern.
yeah.
It's modern. I'm calling it modern. That's obviously modern.
Modern.
Yeah, that's killer. Then that's killer, bro. That's like I said, could be one of my favorite D&B tracks I've had in a long time. Hey, just different. I think the reason I do like it is because it's a point of difference. There isn't that consistent offbeat pluck that I'm hearing a lot lately, and not that it's bad, but it's just it breaks up the norm. I guess it's a fucking great track.
Nice, Bill.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your support.
Yeah,
I get so excited about showing our music for the week. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I rang you as soon as I heard it. It was on. I was up doing my thing, you know, working away, and I had a little radio going, and then this came on, and I was just like, oh my god.
Where did this come from?
Because when it first came on, I was like, what's this doing in this?
Yeah.
In this radio, like this,
Yeah.
it's just full of like. I think it might have been it might have just been like the Drolo radio from like last week. I just like put the radio on from that track last week, and then it was just like, and then this came, and I was just like,
That is just
huge.
That's just perfect.
Title coming in clutch, bro.
Yeah.
Title bringing the goods, eh?
I love that. What a perfect segue. Radio. That was a radio from a song. So that was just a radio from one of your tracks that you liked. Bang. That's what you're just saying.
Which was created by AI, you know.
Which is an AI. Algorithm or whatever it is. Which is the main topic.
Guys, I'm calling it. Title's radio algorithm is the best.
Wouldn't surprise...
It's the best.
I can appreciate that because I feel like Spotify's is you get this very similar songs on a lot of different music, if you know what I mean. Like I'm hearing the same songs popping up on a lot of different sort of radios.
Yeah, you get that repetitiveness, like...
Yeah, it gets to a point where it feels like I feel like everyone who listens to like goes to radio function on Spotify, they end up in a loop of like always hearing like every 4 or 5 songs is always like a similar song that they've got
song.
from something, like no matter, just because it's in like the same sphere.
Yeah.
You got to try it out,
and I
boys.
guess Tidal, the beauty of Tidal maybe is because they're... Are we all getting synced, say? Is it like because we all live so close to each other, do the algorithms work in a certain way because you're in a certain area or certain scene or similar friendship group sort of thing?
That'd be an interesting thing to find out. I think like it would definitely come down to trends and like what is popular at the moment and like what it combined with what you're listening to at the same time. It's like for me now on Spotify, it's like my made for you playlist. If I go in there, it's just like, it's just literally I'll know exactly what they're going to be. Like song after song, I'll look through and go, it's classic. Like it's now stopped me from going out and exploring new music.
Yeah,
because the algorithm it's trained so heavily on what I listen to all the time that it actually struggles to then go out. Even if I do try and venture out from what has been made for me and find something, it'll always pull me back and create a playlist with that older style of stuff, which I think is shit because it stops people from then being able to like branch off and find other people's new music and discover other artists without heavily relying on the app or looking for it yourself, you know, like.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, isn't it? I was just thinking, do you reckon Tidals is better and I don't know this, I would assume Spotify have more people per month using Spotify than Tidal.
Oh, 100%.
So
Spotify's the biggest streaming platform in the world.
So do you reckon it's been overdone, like it's been done too much, that it's just worked out this quote unquote perfect algorithm that will just steer people in this direction all the time, and that's the one direction. That's why you're going to it. Whereas Tidal, it's more broad, so they're going.
I had a huge clusterfuck of a mind expansion. Do you think that the fact that if people go on a Spotify radio, they'll always get somewhat familiar music is shaping the fact that if they go out to see a show, they expect somewhat familiar music?
Yeah, and when they don't get it,
do you know what I mean? Because they're like,
like people listening to
do you
hip hop.
think do you think that has been the like defining factor in like the fact that people don't necessarily know or appreciate or actively be open to the idea of new music?
Oh, is it because they've always just had a structured algorithm or a structured playlist that they would get? They would just go, I'll just listen to this.
And they think that they're open-minded or whatever because they put a radio on.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
like shaped the fact that people are just like, oh, well, there must only be these 25 artists like doing
or even
this.
50, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's hundreds.
Do you reckon that came? I reckon that might have come first. The fact that like the algorithm like squeezed the
and you really got to get a part of that algorithm. If you're not part of that algorithm, you could be very similar, but it just doesn't work in your favour. And then does that come down to editorial? Is that an editorial thing, or this is an algorithm thing?
I think it comes down. I think it's both. Like I think that like those streaming services could put a better effort into like underground or like up and coming artists, like not that are just necessarily mainstream. Like having like playlists that are linked to those, like with the algorithm shows like up and coming artists and then having that is just a whole other thing. Like I think that's like it. But then I think like the actual AI algorithm, the way it works, I think it obviously has an equation the way it works. I don't think the editors can like actually change it. I think the programmers the only people that can change it. There'd have to be something like numbers behind what it actually like a formula that it follows, you know what I mean, on how to make people like their radios, like unless they just
it's obviously a money driven thing, right? And they've just worked out that this keeps the most amount of people the most happy, so they're just like, well, let's just do this because like everyone, the most amount of people who are paying for this, like enjoying that. So I don't know.
That's crazy.
But I think there are some positives as well that are like will come from AI. Like I think
100%. I think you can already see them. Like I'm a firm believer of using AI as a creative tool. Like if you can use AI to achieve something creative or whatever, then use it. If it replaces if it replaces being creative.
Can you shut him up? Stop. Oi.
Ted.
Stop.
If it replaces the actual being creative, then I think that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like you see full tracks getting made these days with like for like vocals. Like there was a Weekend and a Drake song that came out, and it was getting like thousands of streams
There was
on Spotify,
something
and it got shut down.
There was something I read saying that wasn't excluded from being able to be nominated for a Grammy
because it was still in a released song. No, I feel like it got clamped down. Like I reckon they had a problem with it. But do you copyright the sound of your voice? Is that the next step? Do you copyright the
no, but I'm talking about. I think it was actually like.
But how can that be if it's not them? I know, like.
But I don't know. Is it under a separate entity kind of thing? Because
that's the other interesting thing as well with AI music as well is like when it comes down to it is copyright as well. It's like what will defy what is copyrighted, say your voice, you know what I mean? Like, well, then AI said that, like, they'll have, you know, just depend on your voice or whatever. Can AI then just pitch it down a little bit and it be completely different and not be copyrighted? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's sort of like sampling, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
and I think, like, what you're saying, 100%, that's some really good positives. The only thing that would be negative to that would be like the displacement of jobs, or relationships, and which would affect the creativity side as well. Because I think like a whole part of like music and coming up and being an artist and a producer is like creating relationships and networking and meeting so many people. Where if you have that tool at your hands, where you don't need to go out and reach people and make your way through and go through those stepping stones that are to become a big artist. does that then block people in from then actually being able to make it as well? You know what I mean? And then not have those relationships and those connections, because same with anything, whether it's sport, music, jobs, anything, it's all connections and who you know as well. Like, it comes on top of everything, you know. So if you haven't created those connections and relationships from the start, how far can you get relying on AI without
a computer?
Do you know?
Yeah. 100%.
That's the only negative would have
like,
been. From it,
if it's replacing jobs, if it's replacing like actual real world stuff, then no. But like, if you can put into like a text to vocals or a text to speech to get some vocals spat out, that you don't have to catch up with a singer, you don't have to rely on another person to pull through, you know, recording them or something like that. I reckon that would be the personally the best use of AI. I don't know. It's
and
it's a funny one.
It's powerful as fuck, and it's only going to get better and better and better as well. Like, you could use it to your in your hand as well, but like using AI to help you find out what is popular, what trends are going on at the moment. Like, is there a gap in the market in like what I'm trying to do, like pushing myself? Like, you can use AI in that aspect, you know.
There's those videos you see of there being websites already where it is a AI thing. You put in your song and it spits out like how you pitch stuff on Spotify, and that you have to have the mood, the genre and everything like that, and it spits out the perfect how it fits into all these categories, and that stuff sometimes is really hard to pinpoint.
But do you think that's like a good or a bad thing? Because it's going to get to a point where you can use AI and you can tell what you're thinking, and you can just like mimic a beat with your mouth or beatbox to it, and be able to like
spits back,
and then it's like, is that like that's using your mind and collaborating with AI, but is that still original? Because
see, that's replacing the creative process. I feel like that falls under that banner of like, if that's. Yeah, I don't know. I know. It's a fine line, isn't it? It's a fine line. It is a fine.
It's going to be interesting to see.
I don't agree with just asking it to make you a song or make you a certain part of your song. I guess that's exactly the same as what I'm saying with vocals, though, isn't it? So,
I was just about to say, even then, like if you're going to go to AI algorithm to get vocals done, the vocals still have to be based off an existing artist or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't completely
voice. There's an existing voice,
and it's like at a certain point in time, it's like
how many voices out there?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like there's only so many voices that people want to hear. That are like that you could listen to all day, kind of thing. Like if everyone sounds like Christina Aguilera, then like in a day, everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck, I never want to hear a Christina Aguilera song again." But like you throw one in once in a while, and you're like, "Fuck, she's actually got an unreal voice." But like, at what point along that? And even when you were talking about the pitching algorithm and stuff, like, there's gonna become a point where everyone's if it goes and everyone's using it, and then all of a sudden that whole thing's blown out because then nothing from that will ever get pitched. So it's like, it's
too many people.
The pitching algorithm is going to be one of those things where it's like you're going to be no better off, because like the fact that you're getting an algorithm to do it is going to mean that everyone's doing the same, or the algorithm's consistently changing it, which is what we're doing anyway. So it's not going to make a difference. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I've personally never used the pitching AI thing. I just saw a little video on it, but it's 100%. If everyone starts doing it, then
all the pitches will be the same.
It just becomes a norm. Then someone has to find that next thing that works.
All the algorithms randomizing it, which is what we're doing naturally anyway. So it's not going to be, you're not going to be any better off than actually just pitching it yourself. Like, I don't know.
There is
could be wrong, but
I don't know. Yeah, the more this discussion goes on, the more it's only going to be useful in a few areas.
I feel like there's smarter people than us that know exact answers to all these things.
100%.
But
I don't know.
No, I reckon you're spot on there, and even what you were saying before about with like music as well, like putting you into like that filter bubble of like certain music and it's narrowing your mind of cultural diversity in different music. Like, I think that's where I think AI is lacking, and I think it will improve. But it's just when, like, I think it will make those minor changes as to, like, you know, like, we're just general people that are talking about, like, that's just, everybody talks about how shit it is to listen to, like, radios on Spotify because it is that, you know, but when will it change? And I think there's going to be a massive change, and I think it's all going to happen at once.
I think it's going to be one of the last industries to
feel it.
In all honesty, I believe that music's one of those like innate,
such a personal thing.
It's an innately human thing. Like, it's one of those things that like is so individualistic that you can't put like you can't program an algorithm for that.
No.
No.
Do you know
No,
what
yeah,
I mean? Like, I don't know. Like I
fully
feel like
agree,
it's one of
yeah.
those things. Like even down to like DJing. I reckon that'll be like because they're saying like all these like jobs are going to get taken over by.
No.
But I think like to try and put an algorithm to like a good DJ is something that like
It's impossible.
That would be
I wouldn't say it's
interesting.
impossible, but I think it's one of those things that is going to take a whole
That's an
lot
interesting
more
concept.
understanding.
Getting an algorithm that mixes on the fly.
How do you? Unless AI is then that so far rampant that is in connection with people's goggles, they've fucking smart goggles they've got on, and can see eye movement, and can tell with
Yeah.
and can tell with eye movement or like movements, like hot and cold temperatures to actually tell and read someone's emotions. It'd be impossible to be an AI working DJ.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder. I'm just thinking, like, you know how like you get, yeah, like imagine
Them
if you
facial expressions,
you had a
bro. You
AI
know, when you
DJ
get
that
them
just-
fucking facial
yeah,
expressions.
that would
and
that would
eye
mix on the
contact
fly that
and
nothing
stuff.
was ever the same, and no, it's not gonna take the place of that. No, not at all.
No.
There's probably a few things that will take the place of, but the whole, I guess, accessibility for people to have to making a full song or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't concentrate. You probably didn't even notice, did you, Joey?
What dog?
Just fucking licking his paws
Yeah, I saw him
non-stop, bro.
We'll just go do that out there.
Fuck.
Did he sleep in your bed?
Huh?
Did he sleep in your bed?
Nah,
Oh no.
nah.
I'm just wondering if he licks at night. If you can hear him licking at night.
Oh, nah. Nah. Nah, he doesn't lick at night. I'm the only one that licks at night, Joey. Him too. Him too.
Lick
Or you're a breakfast special kind of guy.
Yeah. I don't mind the fucking
Breakfast
I don't mind,
special?
like, a reheat burrito.
Oh, cleaning up last night's leftovers, eh?
Leftover guac and shit still seeping out.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I shouldn't have put it through the air fryer.
Better than the hot box, bro.
Oh. Joe, can you roll? Because you're the rolling king, eh?
Can we talk about these then?
Yeah.
Yeah, which one's the
Can I get a top up, please, boys?
Pinot Noir?
Mm.
Wine's been a treat the last
What
couple of times.
What an excellent
Idea.
idea.
That's all G.
Um,
That's that one. Yeah, so all right.
back to scheduled programming.
I was going to say two things that are useful for AI that I personally use. That I will swear to. Lala AI for splitting stems perfectly almost. Has improv. I've used it for maybe 2.5 years now. First one I ever did was Jay-Z, Dirt Off My Shoulder.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as good, nowhere near as good as what they do now. So like,
But was
by
that
all
because of
means-
your sound source, or was that because...
no, it's the algorithm getting better, and it always gets better. And then they like constantly releasing new layers. So like when it first started, it was just drums. So sorry, just instrumental and vocal. There was probably others. That was the only one I used it for. But it was like very, very few. And then there was like beta, like guitar, piano, like
Yeah.
synths, all these different things. And now
Good quality, though.
there's like, bro. So you can get the bass out of it without a doubt. Like, don't know how it does it. You can get the drums out of it perfectly clear. You can get the vocals out of it pretty bloody good. Pretty bloody good to studio. Like, yeah. Swear by it. Swear by Lala AI. Absolutely swear by that. If there's only one thing I'll agree on for AI tonight, it is Lala AI. I fucking swear by it, dude. Even, you know what's even good for as well? Like, if you just need to take out, like, if you're sampling a movie scene,
Yeah.
if you're sampling a movie scene and you need to take out, like, backing everything, you can just solo the. Don't fucking look at me like that. You can just solo. I'm getting passionate about La La Land. You just get a whole movie scene, put it in there, and you can just take out the. Just the dialogue.
Right, that's cool.
Just and that is
Incredible,
how do you feel about that? How do you feel about
That's
that?
unbelievable. It's the best
Like
thing
it,
I've
not
heard.
like it.
It's the best thing I've heard all night.
Yeah, bang, it's not like it. I think we can agree on that as well.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Bill?
I don't reckon much.
And I
to
have
be honest,
personally heard other people using it successfully in like bigger people. Bigger people, I would say. Like they talk about it on
validating himself.
one.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, 100%. They talk
ring
about,
girl, the ring
they talk
girl.
about they don't agree with it as a final method, but they do agree with they can take apart the song pretty well. Sorry, yeah.
I think it's a good tool for ideas.
Yeah.
I
Like the main thing you'd use it for is to get a cappella for a fucking remix.
for a illicit backdoor
bootleg, yeah.
backdoor
But
bootleg.
then would you
illicit-
use a different AI tool instead then and create new vocals?
Well, that is, I have thought about that in the past. I haven't found a software that does it
I've got one for you.
seamlessly.
I mean, you can drop all sorts of. There's all sorts.
But I
of
thought
plugins
there's there's still something pretty creative and original to typing lyrics that you would have thought of, or you would have, and getting someone else to sing it, as in a robot.
Yeah, but I feel like you can do that shit on like Fiverr is a bad example, but like I feel like there's a
No, there's websites. that
What's the
call upon
website?
singers.
Where,
No, I know that.
yeah.
Yeah, Rabina told me about it once. Yeah, I've never done that. Never tried that. Maybe I should do that.
Maybe you should just believe in humanity, bro.
Yeah, believe
Yeah.
the humankind.
Believe in humanity,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Come
Believe
on.
in humanity.
Yeah,
Shout out
please.
humanity. Yeah, fuck.
We don't have enough solid vocalists around here. I feel like that's what this area is lacking.
This area,
Solid vocalist.
I don't think the problem is the talent. I think the problem is the drive.
Yeah.
People don't turn up.
That's what I meant before.
You
That's
know
why.
what I
That's why.
mean?
Like, if you had to like bank on AI turning up, or
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. How many times have you gone to work with a singer and they haven't showed up? I could probably think of 5. Like, and that's not big in the stretch of anything.
Well, that's more than I thought you would have had.
No, like there was.
Considering you used Lala as your main vocalist.
No, I don't think that. Hey, no. But I can think of a clear 5 over the last 5 years of just people that
Times
are
you're like,
keen as fuck to work. Or you send them a track, they send you like a phone recording of them doing it, and you go, "This sounds dope," and then
The WAVs never.
Nothing's
the WAVs
ever sent
never
through.
eventuate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shout out to all the musicians out there.
Yeah. Hopefully have something
Do your
coming
shit,
soon.
eh?
Yeah,
Do your shit. Do your shit.
Do your work. Get your
Do your
hustle
stuff.
going.
Yeah, please.
Don't
Please.
fuck with this shit. Fuck on.
if you're not feeling it,
Fuck
just say,
on.
"I'm not feeling the track anymore," so you can put it.
Yeah, I've
to
copped
bed
a couple
and
of
put
them,
it.
eh?
Yeah, but that's cool. At least you got an answer, bro. Like it's better than some fucking waiting for it.
It's
to come.
really good. It's really
Yeah.
good when you think someone will sound sick on something, and you
they
send
just
them a
completely-
message, and they're like, "Yeah, nah," and you're like, "Ah, fuck."
Yeah.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I have had that.
I'd rather that than just be like, "Yeah, I'll get something to you soon," and then you get nothing.
Yeah. No, that's what. Yeah, 100%. I'd rather that. Way rather that than just no. Yeah.
What do you do?
What do they
Use
say?
AI.
Use AI. Yeah. Back to. Yeah. Fuck.
Boys, it's a 2-1 vote on that one. It's a 2-1 vote on that one. Use it for your marketing. Fuck it. Use it for
Yeah. Well, that's
use
the
it for
thing
your
as well.
marketing.
You can make
Use it
good
for your
videos. You
Yeah.
can make good
Yeah.
logos.
Yeah.
You can
Use
make.
it for that. Don't use it for your music.
No. I know. Very, very rarely do use it for my music, as in actual creative or anything. Might
Not
put it-
yet. Not
Might
yet.
put it through Lander for 30.
Who knows? We'll check in this. Maybe in podcast 200, I'll be the one that's
Egg on
you
the
know,
face.
yeah, egg on the face. I'll be the one that's like, fuck, man, this new AI.
Oh, yeah,
shit
look at my
is
plug-in.
popping."
Look at my AI plug-in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah. Maybe.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Just got to stay with it, I think. I think you just got to stay, like, the most important thing is to just, like, stay with it. Like, be open-minded in the sense of, like understand it. Like, don't not push it so far to the side that if it does in, like, fucking 10 years become a lot more common, like, you know, fuck all about it. And I think that's the important thing with everything in life is
You
just to
can
like
see
try and know a little bit about everything. It's just to like always know what it does, what it can do, have a play around with it. You might not necessarily have to like it or whatever.
Just knowing what's out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you can see it now. Like, people are already, like, making bank off, like, having their own books full of, like, chat GPT prompts and stuff. Like, people are already writing books on, like, the best prompts for chat GPT and, like, how to maximize the output of that. Like, so there's, like, you know, there's always going to be, like, levels to it and ways that, like, it's like any sort of technology. It's like trying to teach you, you know, back in the day when your parents first got their iPhones or whatever. It's like, it doesn't seem very intuitive to them because they're just never been used to having, like, a touchscreen and all the stuff that goes along with it. Like, I'll never forget the day I downloaded the TAB app onto my dad's phone, and all of a sudden he loved his iPhone. Before that, he fucking hated it. But like, put the TAB app on, and I was like, "Look, man, like you can watch the races on your phone. Like, put your bets on, like all this shit." And he was just glued to it after that. And now it's like,
Was he a betting man before that?
yeah, but he'd always just like bet on the phone while watching the TV, bet on the landline, on the landline, bro. He used to bet on the landline with his phone account, watching the TV. And then I was like, dude, like you can do this all on your phone. And then from that the trusted one, man, he was hooked after that, bro. We'd be going on car rides and he'd just be in the front seat like the king of the fucking world, just watching like full volume on his races while we're trying to have a conversation. just whipping them down, bro. Just whipping the home straight, like.
That's so funny, yeah.
So, you know, intuition, man, and like... things always feel clumsy at first, I guess, and I guess that's the stage we're at with AI is like the fact that, you know, there's still teething problems and people still need to like learn how to interface with it and
not everything's perfect.
Do it properly, and you're never going to get it right, bro.
There was that South Park read a whole episode just using ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure they edited it, obviously, but like the writer's writing credits is I think it's Trey Parker and ChatGPT. Still haven't seen the episode, but I'm sure it'll be fucking gold.
Sounds great.
Yeah, but...
So what did they write us an episode in the theme of South Park?
But it's the way you say
this topic.
Yeah, it's the way you say it and the words you use. Like as you were saying, it's like I felt like even I feel like I'm maybe like
he dabbles
70-75% of the way there and like maximizing getting the most information out by using
certain
words instead of just like for example, just like a basic thing is it's like, hey ChatGPT, can you please give me information on how to make a song? And it's like, then you'll get information and it's like sweet, or you can be like, over the period of using your extensive knowledge, with the information that is available to you across the world, please give me, you know what I mean, yada yada yada. Using words like that and extending it out a lot more, you'll gain a lot more information or drag out a lot more information. That's a lot more beneficial.
Is it that way, or then do you go the other way as well, where you like really, really narrow your focus as well, based on your knowledge of
a very specific
X, Y,
this reason,
yeah.
Well, that's how you would get a pretty good answer out of that. Yeah,
I'll give you an example. I thought it'd be interesting to ask ChatGPT what are positives and negatives of AI being incorporated into the music industry.
Oh, here we go. So imagine if this just wrote a whole better episode than like we just had a yarn about.
So the first thing I wrote was, what are the pros and cons to the introduction of artificial intelligence in the music industry, and is there a possibility of it affecting music producers and artists? The introduction of artificial intelligence AI in the music industry has both pros and cons. Pros: music composition assistance. AI can assist composers by generating musical ideas, melodies and harmonies, saving time and sparking creativity. Personalized music recommendations, music production and mixing. AI tools can automate aspects of music production such as audio enhancement, noise reduction, and even mixing, making the process more efficient. Copyright protection. AI algorithms can help identify and combat copyright infringement by detecting unauthorized use of music. Cons. Loss of human touch. Critics argue that AI-generated music may lack the emotional depth and creativity of human compositions. Job displacement. There's concern that AI could replace some roles in music production, potentially affecting music producers and session musicians. Copyright and ownership. Determining copyright and ownership of AI-generated music can be legally complex and continuous. Ethical concerns. Question about AI's ability to mimic the styles of deceased artist and issues related to plagiarism having raised ethical concerns. So, in summary, while AI offers significant advantages in the music industry, there are concerns about its impact on human creativity and job displacement. It's essential for artists and producers to adapt and find ways to collaborate with AI rather than seeing it solely as a threat. Music creation remains deeply rooted in human expression, which is difficult for AI to replicate entirely.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty big on, really, isn't it?
Not bad. I don't know if I'm a firm believer in the very first bit that was talking about chord progressions, melodies, and harmonies, and saving time. I feel like the satisfaction of like when
the
you
working it out.
is the working it out part and like growing your whole understanding. Like, you know, if you
But
can
someone
click
that's paying money, do you think they really like give a fuck about that?
someone
that's
that's
the bit-
paying money.
Like, you know,
But someone who's paying money is usually paying to work with that person.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Do you know
how
what
long
I
it takes
mean?
to
Like, they're not
record
paying,
it,
you
yeah.
know, like, I wouldn't pay.
Unless you're a session musician, I guess.
Yeah. But I still don't, even then, I still don't think.
You'd be paying for their time anyway.
Yeah, but I still don't think that AI is going to give you
Nah.
the same experience as working with a session musician, because it's
No.
like, it's the mistakes. It's like, it's the fuck ups and like the things that go wrong in like a
The
session
interaction, the actual
recording.
interaction. Yeah.
And like being able to communicate with them in the same way that we are, like, that would make, like, you know, I don't know.
no, I know exactly what you mean, bro.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It's.
But yeah, I think there has to be a balance. I think
Yeah, of course. Like, you can't rule it out completely, but at the same time, it's like maybe to assume at this point that they're capable of the nuances of that.
Well, maybe at the moment, because of how relatively new it all is in it, people are finding it cool that it can do a subpar level of it. You know what I mean? People are going, "Oh man, this spit out some chords." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and
but
you go,
even-
but then
but even
they'll get to a
before
point.
that-
They'll get to a point though where it's like, yeah, it's spitting out chords, but like I can work with this guy.
But
who
you can buy,
fucking
like,
write all
but you
this
can,
stuff
but
for me, so
even
that it's
before
still-
that, like,
I feel-
people still buy chord packs. People still
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
chord
yeah,
packs,
yeah,
and
yeah.
people still, like, you can still do all of that. Like,
Yeah.
But the point I was getting there was like there will come a time where they go, actually maybe this cool new thing that's spitting out me chords is as cool as it was, or this little fun thing it was.
like it's a novelty
It's-
now.
yeah, novelty.
and then
Yeah, and it
it's-
gets to a point where
yeah.
they go, actually, no, I'm still going to go back to this guy that
Yeah.
does this every day and fucking creative genius or whatever. You know what I mean? You go to these guys because you want that. So I reckon there'll come a time where if it doesn't live up to its desired expectation, people will probably go back to what was normal.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a matter of it not living up to its desired expectation, because I think it's always going to continually be getting better. But I think, like, the accomplishment in making music comes from the effort put in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
you know,
I
like,
know. I fucking know.
If the very first song you ever made took you 2 hours and it was the best song in the world, like, you wouldn't give a fuck about making music anymore. Like, you just
I don't
like
think
you
anyone
wouldn't
does that.
care. Like, it just
Yeah.
wouldn't. First of all, it wouldn't happen. But at the same time, it's like the process and like the journey and the work that you go through brings meaning to the music, like, internally. And the fact that you think that you can give that to an algorithm to make something, like,
that
the
place.
success is going to be hollow. Even if it does
Yeah.
sound good, it's not yours.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel good about it.
No,
yeah.
because it's not yours, because you didn't play those keys
You didn't
or
go through-
program
and you didn't
those
go through
drums,
that
or you didn't.
1,000 songs of
Yeah.
making shit to get to a
Yeah.
place where you fucking 10 years later
Yeah.
finally get, happy about making tunes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you'd never have
And
that.
the other thing
Yeah.
I think as well with that is you wouldn't have anyone to share it with.
Yeah,
Like, when you turn in terms of
artificial thing.
Yeah, but in terms of working with vocalists and working with session musicians and working through like that, the whole process is like, if it goes well, it's like what? It's you and a computer.
Yeah, but you got this great
Yeah.
appreciation of everyone involved.
The
Yeah, like
process.
the process and like that. I don't know. The human connection part to me is like my relationship with music. So maybe that's why I have a different
Different thing about
appreciation,
that.
like, and a different opinion on it, is because
And
like
being and where I've come from with music, I've always sat by myself
yeah.
and made beats.
She's like, oh, this can help me.
Yeah,
But-
sessions are weirder for me in my later life. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's the reason I'm looking at that, because I've just always sat there and gone in like, man, the one thing I can't do physically here is sing into this computer.
My whole
like,
I mean, man, like my whole upbringing was like orchestras and groups of musicians and like bands
I've always
and like
just sat
all that
laptop,
stuff. Bro. So
headphones,
it's like
beats, like
to me, half the fun is like fucking around with your buddies and like doing fun shit together. That's like
Bit of thumb.
and shit going, but shit getting
I get
better,
that.
bro.
It's
Like,
such a
but shit
different- yeah.
actually getting better.
It's such a
You know, when
different
when you first
introduction.
meet up with buddies and you start playing like a song and it sounds like ass. And then you fucking grind away at it for hours and weeks and months or whatever. And then at the end of it, like
fucking pretty dope.
you're playing a fucking good song. And it's like, that you all did that. It wasn't like something that just like came out and you were like,
could
oh, I
have
had an
that
idea
yourself.
and now
Yeah.
it's here because AI just made it happen. It's like, no, the satisfaction
journey.
comes from the grafts, bro. And like the experience and like the frustration and like the getting shit wrong and like the fucking things up. I think that's like, it has to be part of the process.
And I think you can feel that through the music as well. And I think that's as soon as something is AI touched, you know, like there won't be
Yeah,
there'll
it'll
never
be
be an
catchy, bro,
artist.
but it'll be a flash.
Yeah, and
from
there
the
would never
fucking
be
pan.
there will never be an artist like that. I feel like they will always have to define whether it's AI or not when they release a song, and people will know.
Oh, it would have to be.
So as soon as you don't
That
feel
should
that,
be the law. If it's not, you know what I mean? That should have
exactly
to have that.
right. You can't just make up a fucking random name. Like,
yeah.
and I feel like when people realize that, like they will understand there's no personal touch, no emotion to the way that song was made.
I think the music will. I would like to believe that the music would convey that itself.
Yeah, you would be able to go.
Do you know what I mean?
know,
You'd be able to listen to, if you actually listen to it, you'd be like, yeah, there's no emotion in
No
this.
human element to this.
No,
yeah.
Are you
it's
talking
just
about
like,
AI mixed and mastered or AI made?
oh, AI made.
Yeah, from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But even then, I think there'll still be a signature sound with AI mastering.
yeah.
Like,
It depends. I've dabbled with AI mastering, and it all is 100% on the mix. You can't put a shit mix into it and get
a
Not
good
yet.
result.
it. Not at all. You can't.
But I think even then, man, like a lot of mastering engineers, you can't send a shit mix. Like,
100%. But there is
You know.
people you can send a shit mix down stems to. You know what I mean?
Send shit vocals, dude. Bit of auto tune.
Yeah, bang it up.
yeah,
Made 08s on that shit. Fucking let's go.
bit of, yeah, 100 retune speed. Let's
Yeah.
go.
With the, it all dependent on the mix.
Mm.
It is all dependent on the mix. Hey, like if you put a shit mix in there, it'll pop out a shit thing. I think if you can go back and tinker with your mix, you can get I feel a presentable master out of it. But it's never going to take the place of mixing engineers and mastering engineers. It's never going to take the place of it. Because that, once again, it's the human element. It's the being able to decide a decision on a certain thing.
Yeah, and I think as well, like, really, really good mix engineers have a signature sound and a splash of creativity on their own as well. So
Yeah.
you would have to, if you were going to like throw them into an algorithm, you would have to base it off well-known mix engineers. Like you would have to go down to specific styles of mixing because
And
like
it makes me think as well. How do you start the algorithm? Do you break down a actual like for the?
but you don't actually have the start and finish points, so you don't know how they address the whole, like,
And that's
you
the
know.
thing. Like, how does he understand, or is it just to make it louder, or add this or add that? I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know how
Well, that's
the
what I
algorithm
feel like.
works.
You know, I don't know. It's hard.
FL Studio just brought out a
Master inside the door.
little the beta 3 point
Yeah.
something 4 or whatever it is, and you can
did
try it
see
out
that.
for free, auto mastering.
Through it's like as it bounces out. Hey, yeah, and they've always had a good they've always had a good. Already, they've had a good. What is it? It's a natural compression on their kick or something like that. I don't know how. It's very wrong. That is very wrong. But it has a natural thing in it. Fucking, I don't know what it is. It's FL Studio. Yeah, but I have heard that.
I
Yeah.
have to do some research.
Yeah, where it has it knocks. It has a limiter already on a fruity limiter or something.
I
It has
still
that
can't-
on the channel already.
I still can't go past the Carnage short of.
Oh yeah, it sounds exactly like that.
Like,
Yeah, it just bangs. It just bangs like boom.
I don't know what it does. It just makes it super loud.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's exactly
That's-
that. Yeah.
To me, that's what I see
talking
when
about
I see
FL?
when I see
yeah.
Fruity Loops.
Well, that's exactly
It's
what
like,
it is.
oh,
That's exactly what it is. You don't know what it does. It just makes it super loud. And that,
mate,
he would have been
that's-
talking about FL. That is exactly
yeah,
what it
because
is.
he was on it and all the like shorts and shit. And I was just like, oh my god,
But you know what? That's
so funny.
It's so true.
Bro. It's
that's
so good.
like
All it
everyone would have
needs,
come.
bro.
Everyone would have come out and went, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't actually make his
But
music."
at
all
the
this shit."
same
Like, no,
time,
you
bro, if
fucking
it
just-
works,
yeah.
it works.
bang
Like,
it,
just
bro,
fuck
like-
the shit up. Like, it doesn't matter. One of the, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Fuck the shit up. Like,
If it sounds good, it sounds
if
good.
it sounds good, it's right. Like,
Fucking oath.
that's just at the end of the day. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's
Without a
why we
doubt.
were talking about week 1. It was like,
And that one, week 1, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. It sounds good. It sounds good.
if
yeah.
it sounds good, it's right. Like, it's not.
100%. There's no method to it, and people try to tell the numbers.
Another
People try to
another
say,
reason why I don't know, like, unless
AI
they
don't have ears.
no,
AI don't have
yeah.
ears.
Hey,
AI don't have ears. Shout out AI not having fucking ears.
No, but if it's just like sometimes you make something, right? I think we've had this experience before where you'll bring me something and we'll try and figure out what key it's in,
Yeah.
and it's just notes,
Yeah, it's no key.
and it's just, but it sounds sweet.
Exactly.
But it
yeah.
sounds
Well,
sweet,
that's,
so it's
I'm
like-
not
so it's
classically
right.
trained
So
at
it's
all,
right.
so it
So it's
sounds
right.
good. It
So
sounds
it's right.
right. Sounds nice in the
It's
ear.
probably some
It's
Eastern
a jazz.
crazy,
It's a jazz fucking
an Eastern
scale, bro,
crazy
yeah.
mixolydian and
But everything
fucking
everything has a place somewhere.
Mm,
Even if it's not in your traditional scale.
that's right.
That is right, my guy. Yeah. How we going there?
An hour.
Yeah, that's
Are
great.
we?
We can cut
That's
half
an
an hour
hour.
out of that, I reckon.
Yeah.
100%. That was pretty
Yeah.
stone chat. I realised halfway through the AI chat, you said it. Yeah, we're not the guys to be talking about AI. Like, as much as I thought I fucking thought
I still
about
can't
it,
believe
like,
I still can't believe that we actually fell straight into that chat. I was adamant that we weren't going to talk about AI tonight. I was
Really?
like,
Nah,
I was
I-
like, fuck no, I'm not talking about AI tonight.
I
But-
try to direct it into. I can't remember. It's
You did it. You started us talking about Spotify radios. And then we started talking about Spotify radios algorithms. And then it went into AI, yeah.
Fuck. That was me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did you not want to do AI?
No, I didn't want to do AI tonight.
That's fair. You could have said that, but
Nah, but I also felt like we were going in a funny direction, so whatever.
yeah, fair.
I don't really give a fuck.
We don't even
I don't care enough about this podcast to argue
Wait,
with you boys
can
about that.
I just play this new song? It come out today. Just like straight up fucking been waiting to listen to it. I wanted to wait until we hear it together. I don't know.
Cool.
Oh, we're doing it all together?
Yeah, doing it all together. It's by this fucking guy named Kumo that I found from the UK. He's only got like 5,500 followers.
Kumo.
Man, I can't.
Are we still on? Are we still
I
on?
think so.
We're on that. You leave that on? That's off?
No, that's on.
That's on. That's sweet.
Oh. You guys have seen Dusty Tunes reviews?
Is that the dude that...
The bigger guy? No, it's not Hamo. It's not Hamo.
No, yeah, that guy's killer.
No, there's this guy. It's just.
Oh, you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. Oh, you do. He's funny as fuck. Yeah, I love him. But, bro, back him. Yeah, and he goes...
It goes like that. It goes like that.
Oh, man, he's good. He's good. He's
Yeah,
really
You don't like it?
I'm not sold.
What is your ideal favourite drum and bass genre, say? Is it sort of that what your
Vocal
track of the week
DV.
was?
Lyrical drum and
Or was
bass.
it more like that liquidy or that first track, that first week you played us, that real nice...
Like euphoric D&B?
Yeah,
you
nice.
reckon?
Or like sub-focusy.
man, like they all like have their place.
But you like a melody. You like a.
Nah,
He doesn't
nah,
jump
because
up
that-
and break some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like that
because,
one.
like-
Like that one. That's sort of like a real. That's a real simple. Like it's probably just one key or one or two keys. You do like more of a journey with the music.
Yeah, I definitely need that
Yeah.
in some way or another.
Yeah. And I backed it. That's
Like-
the orchestra background. Now I loved tonight. There was your introduction to music. That was great. That was because different, very different. Like you're with heaps of people and bands
All the time,
and
though. My
all
whole
yeah.
music upbringing
Like,
is around other people.
Did
like I
did
never
like 4 years of guitar at school. So it was at school, and then man, no bands, never bands. The only time I ever actually created music was always by myself, with Jack as well. But 99% of the time, main creative thing was always just sitting there by myself, headphones or. So that's very very.
So that would probably
Very,
be
very different.
a massive reason why we're on different pages about having AI in music.
Yeah,
because of
100%.
that.
Well, there's no way that your experience is ever going to get. There's none of those people that you've ever had your experience with could ever get taken. Their spot could never get taken with AI.
No,
Ever.
no, because it's the person.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
Whereas there's multiple things that I would have done sitting there on my laptop that probably, you know what, even had AI incorporated into it. Like, I don't know if plugins have a fucking certain AI algorithm or anything through it to do. So, like, there's definitely certain things I think back and go, fuck me, I could have. And I'm never talking about the actual musical elements. I'll always write my own music.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, man, just getting. There's only so many vocal packs you can go and take from little snippets or phrases and actually make them your own. Like, there's nothing worse than
Your vocal process is getting crazy lately, though.
stoked with it. Hey, and
Yeah,
I'm
but
fucking
it's going
changing
so-
everything. I'm changing everything from the original source as far away as I can get it, because there is nothing worse than a radio on Spotify and you're scrolling and your next song that comes on goes, oh man, there's a sample I have of Splice in one of my songs, and this guy, John Summit's first song, In the End, don't know if that's the name, Splice sample, I don't know if it's on Splice, the sample is on Splice. I had a very terrible Future Bass song with that sample in it, bro, and then he popped up as this dude on TikTok that's blowing up with this first song with a Splice sample. I don't know if it's a Splice sample, but it is on Splice, and I go, fuck, I have that in one of my shit Future Bass songs, and I'm like, fuck, like, and that's made it, like, and that's the guy that's made it, like,
but it does also, like,
how come he can use that sample and get like world-renowned appraisal for that song? Obviously the song's great, don't get me wrong, but like, I'll never forget there was this track I released ages ago, Black
But
Hunt
that does show a little bit of the fact that you can really leverage those sample packs. Like when they say that, like, they're royalty free, like, sample packs, you can really, like,
Oh yeah, you can.
you know what I mean? Like,
go
there
for it.
goes to
go
show,
use it,
like, oh yeah, these people are actually, like, blowing up with shit that you genuinely find in these sample packs and on these.
There is a lot of tracks. There's a lot of tracks that would be, you know, considered blown up, considered festival circuit songs.
And you would
that have fucking
go down the rabbit hole and you would find them on Splice.
And you hear it, man. You go, well, this is a royalty free sound, and you're like, dope. Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, the production around it is what makes it. But honestly, the main thing you remember from, like, as a 80% regular fan, the main thing you remember from a. Sorry.
That second joint definitely was the good one.
From a thing you remember, it's fucking the songs, dude. It's the hook.
But in saying that as well,
am I getting a thing or am I not leaving that?
go for it. Please, I don't want my carpet to stink, man. I gotta live in this place.
It's been a beautiful day in the music world. Thanks for listening to Zig-Zag and Chin-Wag with your boys Bad Boy Bill, Joey Tuckshop and Fob T. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Zig-Zag Chin-Wag. Fuck on, brother. Fuck on.
Oh, brother.